Welcome to The Deep Dive, your shortcut to being truly well-informed. We take a stack of sources and basically pull out the most important nuggets of insight just for you.
Making sense of the complex stuff.
Exactly. And today we're diving into something really, I think, deeply human. It's that powerful, almost, irresistible desire we all have to belong. It's why we look for groups, connect over shared passions, and increasingly, it's why we get really attached to certain brands.
It goes way beyond just liking a product.
Totally. So imagine a world where your favorite brand doesn't just sell you something. It actually invites you into this thriving shared experience, a vibrant ecosystem where your connection is much, much deeper than just a simple transaction.
That's really the core of what we're exploring today, tapping into that much deeper level of engagement, moving past that old consumer-producer thing to a place where people actually live the brand's values together as a community.
And that right there is our mission for you in this deep dive. We're going on a pretty extensive exploration into brand communities.
We really are.
We'll unpack what truly defines them, why they've become, honestly, indispensable in today's digital world, and how they build this profound, almost unshakable loyalty that, drives real business success.
And the sources we've got today are really rich. We're talking cutting-edge marketing research, academic studies.
Yeah, expert insights on, the tricky art of community management.
All the way to these forward-looking discussions about where the internet's heading, into Web4.
So our aim is to distill the most vital knowledge for you. We want to show you the powerful mechanics behind truly thriving brand communities.
And crucially, we'll demonstrate how innovative technologies, specifically Linkspread's social networks as a service model, which is designed for Web4, are fundamentally changing this whole space.
Revolutionizing it.
Yeah, they're enabling incredible customer attention and engagement by letting brands cultivate these really deep owned connections. You should get ready for some genuine aha moments about how brands are becoming less like, faceless corporations.
And more like living, breathing communities.
Exactly. Yeah. More human.
Okay, let's unpack this fascinating evolution. Let's get into it.
The transformative power of brand communities in the Web4 era.
So let's start right at the beginning, the foundational level. Many of us probably use the term community pretty loosely when we talk about brands, right? But in your expert view, what precisely defines a true brand community? There's a really important distinction here, isn't there?
You've absolutely nailed it. It's a critical point. It's definitely more than just having a big customer base or, lots of followers on social media.
Right.
Fundamentally, a real brand community is this dynamic group of consumers connected by a deep, shared, emotional bond with a brand.
Emotional bond, okay.
Yeah, and this connection goes way beyond just the transactional part, buying products or services. Think of it less like individuals just interacting with the brand and more like a collective, a group, experiencing mutual delight, sharing common values, pursuing shared interests. And this fosters consistent interaction among the members themselves.
Ah, okay, so the members talking to each other is key.
Hugely key. The brand acts as the sort of gravitational center, yeah. But the real energy, the vibrancy, comes from those peer-to-peer relationships that the brand makes possible.
That's a really powerful distinction. It's about the connection among members just as much, maybe even more, than the connection to the brand itself.
Precisely.
And I think this taps into something really basic in us, doesn't it? That human need to be part of something bigger than ourselves, to find your tribe, so to speak.
Definitely.
This emotional resonance, it feels like a super potent way for brands to cut through all the digital noise we're constantly facing.
It really is.
By aligning with consumers' identities, their passions, brands stop just selling stuff and start offering a sense of belonging. So that Power of Brand Communities report highlighted, this deep connection turns passive consumers into active participants, even passionate advocates.
Exactly right. And understanding that leads us directly to this monumental paradigm shift we're seeing right now.
Okay, what's that?
It's the critical move from just managing social media audiences to building genuinely owned brand communities. It's an evolution driven by, experience and, frankly, some pretty hard lessons learned over the last decade or so.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting for me, because for a long time, many brands, they really believed they had built communities, didn't they? On platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X now.
Oh, absolutely. They thought they cracked it.
They got huge follower counts, posted engaging stuff, and felt like they had this direct line.
Yeah.
But what happened? Why wasn't that enough? Why did that model kind of fall apart?
Well, This is what we now often call the community gap of Web2 social media. Initially, you're right, these platforms did look like fertile ground for communities. Brands built a presence, gathered followers, communicated directly. It seemed ideal.
Seemed perfect, yeah.
However, as it's been meticulously documented in reports like the Brand Communities, a fundamental shift occurred. The platforms changed their algorithms.
The algorithms. Always the algorithms.
Yeah, always. And these changes drastically reduced organic reach. Brands suddenly found themselves in a situation where, effectively, they had to pay to play.
Right.
If they wanted their content to reliably reach the very followers they'd worked so hard to get, they had to boost posts, run ads.
So what felt like an open public square for connection turned into?
Primarily an acquisition tool. Optimized for advertising, not genuine community interaction. The core purpose shifted under their feet.
So that direct highway to your audience essentially became a private toll road. Every interaction suddenly had a potential cost attached.
That's a great way to put it.
Brands found themselves kind of trapped, didn't they, having invested so much time and money building on land they didn't truly own.
Exactly, rented land.
Only for the landlord, the platform, to just change the rules overnight. That must have left a lot of brands scrambling.
Oh, scrambling is putting it mildly. And the numbers from that period, they really show the decline starkly.
Give us some examples.
Okay, consider this from a 2019 We Are Social report cited in the Dialogue report. The average monthly increase in Facebook page likes, it dwindled to just 0.13%.
Wow, almost nothing.
Practically static, and maybe even more dramatically for pages that had over 100,000 fans. The big ones, the average organic post reach plummeted to a dismal 2.59%.
2.5%, that's tiny.
It's incredibly low. It just illustrates this profound shift. What were once potentially active participants, sharing, engaging, discussing, they effectively became passive receivers. Brands were struggling just to get their messages seen without significant ad spend. That decline wasn't just a small dip. It fundamentally redefined the brand-audience relationship on those platforms. It broke the community model they thought they had.
That's a huge drop. And it really highlights a major strategic misstep many brands made, doesn't it? Over-investing in platforms they didn't own. Web 2.0 futurists actually warned about this years ago, but I guess many didn't listen. Now, some folks are calling this the stone-cold winter for brands that relied only on external social media, like the Better Mode blog mentioned. They built their houses on rented land.
And the landlord changed the lease terms dramatically.
Yeah.
A perfect and honestly quite painful analogy for many marketing teams.
Definitely.
And this brings us directly to the imperative now for owned platforms and the rise of what's being called Web4. It's become not just like nice to have, but truly critical for brands to not just have an audience, but to own and control their customer data.
Okay, owning the data, that's the core.
It's central. Building a community on an owned platform gives you unparalleled access to a huge range of data points. Everything from basic demographics to tiny, minute activities and preferences within the community itself. And this rich data can then be seamlessly integrated with your CRM, your other analytics tools, to provide a truly holistic 360-degree customer view.
Seeing the whole picture.
Exactly. The Better Mode blog really underscores this. It points out that without a strong data-driven strategy, running a successful business in today's super-personalized world is getting incredibly difficult, maybe even unsustainable long-term.
This sounds like a fundamental shift in power, in control, and capability for brands.
It really is.
And this is precisely where Web4 emerges, right? A concept Linkspreed describes in their presentation as the Internet of Social Networks. It seems to represent the next evolutionary chapter online, moving beyond the decentralized foundations of Web3.
Which was very focused on blockchain, decentralizing data and ownership.
Right, moving beyond that to a more intelligent, interconnected, and truly brand-empowered vision. So if Web3 was about decentralizing data, Linkspreed's vision for Web4 builds on that secure base.
Yeah, using that security and transparency.
But emphasizes creating intelligent, interconnected, and crucially owned social spaces.
That's the key difference.
So think of it like Web3's security and transparency, but now boosted with advanced AI for hyper-personalization, maybe immersive VRR, all integrated within ecosystems the brand actually controls.
It's not just decentralization anymore. It's an intelligent re-centralization of community control back to the brand, but on a much more secure and transparent foundation than Web2 ever offered.
Okay, that makes sense.
And this is precisely where Linkspreed's pioneering social networks as a service model fits in so perfectly. It becomes such a powerful solution.
How so?
Well, it's explicitly designed to empower brands who are looking to build these true, sustainable, and owned communities in this evolving Web4 landscape.
Got it.
By offering this model, Linkspreed enables brands to not just have a social presence somewhere else, but to build and operate their own social networks, their own space.
Right, building their own house, not renting.
Exactly. This directly overcomes those limitations, that whole pay-to-play trap of Web2 platforms. It fosters genuine brand-owned engagement that's both resilient because you control it and deeply integrated with the rest of your business.
So by offering this social networks as a service, Linkspreed essentially gives brands the keys back. They reclaim full ownership of their community spaces, their invaluable data, their direct relationship with customers.
That's the goal.
It aligns perfectly with that strategic shift towards a more secure, controlled online environment. And it focuses directly on what Linkspreed highlights in their materials: strengthening the community and ensuring robust customer retention.
Core business objectives.
Yeah. It's about building your own digital fortress, basically, not just renting a room in someone else's castle where the rules can change any second.
Well put. A digital home base.
The psychology of engagement. What makes a brand community truly thrive?
Okay, so we've established the critical shift, right? Moving to owning your community space, but just having the platform, the space, isn't enough, is it?
Not even close.
Once you've made that leap, maybe using a service like Linkspreed for your own Web4 community, how do you actually keep it alive, keep it buzzing, make it deeply engaging? What are the sort of underlying psychological ingredients for a real, sustained interaction?
That really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because a platform without genuine engagement is just, well, empty digital real estate.
Exactly, wasted potential.
To answer that, we need to look at the research. Studies like exploring the social marketing impacts of virtual brand community engagement, for instance, they identify several crucial psychological and interactional factors. These are basically the engines that drive meaningful participation within a virtual brand community.
Okay, let's unpack these key drivers then. What really motivates people to connect, to contribute, to stick around in these spaces?
All right, there are several key ones. First up is information. Members are fundamentally driven by getting access to valuable content, specialized knowledge, practical advice, help solving problems.
So learning stuff, basically.
Yeah, learning, sharing expertise, finding solutions maybe they can't easily find elsewhere. Think about a forum where tech enthusiasts swap complex troubleshooting tips for a niche gadget. That's information-driven engagement.
Got it. What else?
Next is reciprocity. This is a really powerful one. It's that sense of mutual duty, of obligation. Members feel compelled to share their own resources, their insights, their support with others. It creates this beneficial, self-sustaining ecosystem of exchange.
Like, I help you, you help me.
Exactly that principle, but scaled up to a community level. Then there's entertainment. The community isn't just about practical stuff. It provides enjoyment, maybe a bit of escapism, emotional release. It serves as a fun social space where users can unwind, joke around, or just connect over shared joys.
So it needs to be fun, too.
Absolutely. Can't be all business. Fourth is reputation. The standing of the brand itself and the community associated with it plays a big role. People are drawn to communities that are seen as well-regarded, maybe a bit exclusive, or known as a hub for respected people in a certain field. Being part of a reputable community can boost a member's own perceived status.
Interesting. Social capital?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Fifth, interaction. Just direct opportunities for communication, both among members and with the brand. And this isn't just about the brand broadcasting messages out. It's about facilitating real, dynamic conversations, quick Q&As, maybe even collaborative projects. Active back and forth.
Okay. What else drives it?
Similarity. This is huge. The ability to find and connect with other people who genuinely share your common interests, your values, your beliefs. It's that powerful tribal aspect again. This sense of shared identity reinforces belonging and encourages deeper connections. Makes you feel understood.
Finding your people.
Finding your people. And finally, maybe overarching all of this is connectedness. This is that profound sense of closeness, of belonging, that users gain through their sustained interactions within the community.
Yeah.
It fosters this deep psychological bond that goes way beyond just superficial likes or quick comments. It's that feeling of truly being part of something. Zhao and Liu talked about this back in 2012.
Wow. Okay. That list makes so much sense when you lay it out. It's not just about what the brand gives them products, content, but what they gain from each other and the whole shared experience.
You got it. The brand becomes the catalyst, the facilitator
Right.
for these very human connections.
Right.
And it's important to remember these drivers influence everything from low-level engagement, like someone just browsing content or passively reading.
Lurking, basically.
Yeah, lurking. All the way up to high-level engagement, like actively commenting all the time, sharing their own original content, starting new discussion threads. And different drivers might matter more depending on the product category. Like for highly technical products, maybe mobile phones or complex software, information and reciprocity are often super key. People need detailed advice, troubleshooting help, peer reviews they can trust.
Okay, that makes sense. Which brings us to another really pivotal point you mentioned. The nuanced role of brand involvement versus product involvement. It sounds like just being passionate about a category can be as powerful as being loyal to one specific brand within it.
Yes, that's a really profound insight from the research. A study looking at brand-hosted social media communities found that both things matter significantly.
Both things being?
Brand involvement, which is how personally important a specific brand, say Nike or Apple, is to a consumer. And product involvement, which is how personally important the entire product category, like running shoes or smartphones in general, is to them.
Okay.
Both of these significantly influence how much a consumer engages cognitively, effectively, like emotionally and behaviorally within a brand's community.
Right. So passion for the category, like, say, photography in general or high-performance cycling,
Yeah.
that can drive engagement just as much as being fiercely loyal to Canon or Specialized bikes.
Exactly. That's what's fascinating.
Yeah.
Even if a consumer has relatively low involvement with one particular brand right now, maybe they're not a diehard fan yet. If they have high involvement with the product category overall, maybe they have a deep, abiding passion for fashion, like in that South Korean study by Park and Ha.
Okay, yeah.
They are still highly likely to engage with that brand's community. They might join initially not out of brand loyalty, but because they want cutting-edge product info, they want to follow the latest trends in fashion, or they want that mutual exchange with other fashion enthusiasts who share that broad passion, even if they wear different labels.
So brands shouldn't just focus on their existing superfans.
That's the huge strategic pivot this suggests. Don't just chase your existing brand loyalists. If you can deeply engage the enthusiast within your whole product category, even if they're not loyal to your specific brand yet, you unlock this much broader, already pre-engaged audience.
That's smart. You bring them into your world through their existing passion.
Exactly. It's about cultivating loyalty over time by being the best place for that category discussion, rather than just trying to capture existing loyalty. It's a subtle shift, but incredibly powerful for long-term growth.
Wow.
Brands have this massive opportunity to actively entice potential customers who are just really interested in their product category. Start the engagement process there. Build that brand-specific loyalty gradually. Customizing your digital content, your community experiences based on these different involvement levels, that's a really powerful strategy. Maybe target high product involvement folks first with category-wide discussions.
Okay, so that's the psychology. Now, how does Linkspreed's Web4 model specifically supercharge these engagement drivers we just talked about? It sounds like it's almost inherently designed for this kind of nuanced, psychology-driven interaction.
It absolutely is. When Linkspreed talks about its intelligence and amazing technology, these aren't just buzzwords.
Right.
They refer to sophisticated, AI-driven capabilities. These systems are designed to process truly vast amounts of user data with incredible efficiency and nuance.
Way beyond basic analytics.
Oh, way beyond. This enables hyper-personalization on a scale that traditional methods just can't match. Imagine a system where the AI isn't just recommending products based on what you bought last month, but it's predicting your future needs based on subtle cues, connecting you with other community members who share your really specific, obscure interests, or even curating personalized challenges or content streams that perfectly match your current skill level with the product.
Wow, that's really personalized.
Yeah, that's the leap. Linkspreed's advanced AI enables moving from just what you might like to what will genuinely enrich your specific experience right now. This level of tailoring content, recommendations, unique rewards dramatically increases both engagement and loyalty.
And there was that stat, right, that 80% of consumers are more likely to support companies offering customized experiences.
Exactly. That finding from Epsilon, reinforced by Lauren Ardaugh recently, is huge. Linkspreet's capabilities, as they outline them, directly leverage this desire for personalization to create a deeply individual community journey for each member.
So it's not just personalization, it's hyper-personalization, driven by AI that gets you.
Pretty much. And beyond the AI, just the structure itself helps. By providing a dedicated owned social networks as a service platform, Linkspreet is inherently designed to facilitate that rich interaction, to foster reciprocity, to cultivate that strong sense of belonging we talked about.
Because it's your space, built for purpose.
Right. It directly addresses those core engagement drivers. The very foundation of Linkspreet's Web4 vision supports robust, real-time communication, sophisticated content sharing tools. All the things you need to foster a more intimate, responsive, and ultimately more fulfilling community environment where genuine connections can actually flourish, not get lost in the noise of a giant public platform.
Blueprint for success, building and moderating a flourishing brand community.
All right, so we've covered the why, the power of communities, and the psychological drivers, and how Linkspreet's Web4 platform can boost engagement. Now, let's get really practical. Let's get into the how. What's the actual blueprint for building and, maybe even more critically, moderating a truly flourishing brand community? Because it's definitely not just a case of build it and they will come, right? It needs careful tending.
Oh, absolutely not. The groundwork, the planning, and especially the ongoing management and moderation are absolutely critical for success. Neglect them, and things can go south fast.
So where do you start? What's step one?
First and foremost, before you even open the doors, you need crystal clear community guidelines and standards. These are non-negotiable. They are the absolute bedrock of a healthy, respectful environment.
Okay, rules of the road.
Exactly. And they must be easy to access, simple to read, and most importantly, dead easy to understand. You need to ditch the complex legal jargon. Use straightforward, unambiguous language. Ideally, try to condense them into a concise one-pager or maybe a really digestible infographic. Clarity is everything here. It sets expectations and helps create a safe, respectful space for everyone involved.
And it's not enough just to have them hidden away somewhere in a dusty corner of the site, right?
Definitely not.
You need to make these guidelines super visible, like right from the moment someone joins. Maybe in onboarding emails, definitely pinned posts at the top of forums, easily found in an FAQ section.
Prominent placement is key.
And of course, you absolutely need a legal review, don't you, to make sure you're compliant with all the relevant privacy laws, data protection regs like GDPR, CCPA.
Absolutely crucial. As Chorus points out in their best practices guide, legal review protects both your brand and your members from potential legal headaches down the line. Don't skip that step.
Okay, guidelines sorted, legally checked. What's next?
The next crucial step is making a strategic investment in the right moderation tools and, increasingly, leveraging smart automation. Effective community moderation, especially as a community grows, is a complex, non-stop job.
Right.
It demands the right tech support to help the human moderators and safeguard the community's overall health. Things like AI-powered filters, sophisticated keyword flagging systems, automated content reviews. These can dramatically streamline the repetitive, often thankless tasks.
Like filtering out spam, obvious hate speech.
Exactly. Detecting spam, filtering certain content, removing obviously inappropriate comments quickly. This doesn't replace your human moderators. That's really important to stress. It frees them up.
Frees them up.
For the higher value activities, the stuff AI can't do well. Nuanced conflict resolution, proactively sparking interesting discussions, cultivating a genuinely positive and welcoming culture. The human touch.
That makes perfect sense. You don't want your skilled community managers bogged down manually deleting spam all day. That's a recipe for burnout.
Huge drain. Yeah.
And I imagine platforms with good analytics, dashboards, trend monitoring features, those offer really valuable insights too, right? Into how the community is behaving, what topics are hot.
Invaluable insights. As Chorus highlights, these analytics help brands continuously refine their engagement strategies based on real data. And they're crucial for ensuring scalability. As the community grows, your moderation approach needs to grow with it. Analytics help you manage that growth proactively, not just reactively.
Okay, so the right tools are key.
Okay.
And this sounds like another area where Linkspreed's model really comes into its own.
Precisely. This is where Linkspreed's amazing technology really shines as a top-tier tool for community management. Its social networks as a service for Web4 is designed from the ground up to implement these kinds of rigorous best practices effectively.
How specifically?
Well, its tech enables advanced real-time community content moderation. We're talking beyond simple keyword matching. It uses sophisticated natural language processing, machine learning, to understand context and nuance.
Ah, so you can catch more subtle stuff.
Exactly. This allows for sophisticated tag and review workflows, automated alerts for flagged content. It can even identify subtle forms of harassment or inappropriate behavior before they escalate into major problems.
Wow. So this directly supports Linkspreed's whole Zero Hate initiative they talk about, doesn't it? It provides the actual tech capabilities to proactively maintain that safe, inclusive, positive environment.
It absolutely does. Brands can then focus on actively engaging in discussions, leading by example while leveraging this powerful automation to swiftly remove inappropriate content and rigorously enforce those clear guidelines we talked about.
So it's not just a defensive shield. It's like a proactive engine helping to keep the community healthy and on track. Based on what Khoros and Linkspreed themselves say.
A very good way to put it. Now, beyond the tools, cultivating engagement and leading by example is just vital. Your community moderators aren't just rule enforcers.
Right, they're more than just police.
Much more. They are the tone setters, the cultural architects of the community. They need to model positive behavior themselves, expertly de-escalating conflicts when they arise, thoughtfully encouraging diverse perspectives, sparking genuinely insightful dialogue. They need to be actively engaging, asking open-ended questions, highlighting valuable contributions from members, making sure discussions stay vibrant and inclusive.
And it's also about empowering the community itself to self-regulate to some extent, isn't it? I really like that idea.
Yes, that's a sign of a mature, healthy community. Moderators can, for instance, sometimes pause briefly, let members address an inflammatory comment themselves before stepping in. This fosters a sense of shared responsibility, of accountability within the community.
Interesting, like letting the antibodies kick in first.
Kind of, yeah. And for larger communities, automation can also help streamline the vetting process for new members, ensuring they start off on the right foot. Maybe requiring them to agree to guidelines or even reach certain engagement levels before they get full posting privileges. This protects the community's integrity while still being welcoming.
Smart ways to scale moderation.
Definitely. And one more crucial element we absolutely cannot overlook, the indispensable role of community feedback.
Listening to your members.
Constantly, regularly soliciting, and this is the crucial part, acting on community feedback is the absolute lifeblood for continuous improvement and staying relevant. Actively engaged communities aren't just consumers, they are invaluable sources of insights. They're your best beta testers, sometimes even direct inspiration for innovation.
So they can help you make your products better.
Absolutely. Their voices, their ideas, their pain points should directly help shape the brand's future offerings. This cyclical, responsive feedback loop, that's a cornerstone of a truly thriving community. Both Khoros and Lauren Ardagh emphasize this strongly.
Okay. Now, even with all these best practices, the right tools, great moderators, community management still faces real challenges, doesn't it? How does Linkspreed's Web4 advantage specifically help tackle some of the most common hurdles brands run into?
Good question. Let's hit a few big ones. First, community manager burnout. It's a very real, well-documented problem in the industry.
I can imagine. It sounds intense.
It is. The intensely people-centric nature of moderation, constantly engaging, mediating conflicts, dealing with difficult personalities, being always on it can be incredibly draining.
So how does Linkspreed help there?
Well, those automation capabilities we talked about, powered by its intelligence, significantly reduce the sheer volume of manual repetitive workload for the human moderators, filtering spam, flagging routine issues.
Takes the drudgery out.
Exactly. This allows managers to focus their precious energy on the higher value engagement tasks, the strategic initiatives, and importantly, maintain healthier boundaries to prevent burnout. That's a challenge both HubSpot and Khoros acknowledge. It helps make the human touch sustainable.
That's a huge benefit, not just for the community's health, but for the well-being of the people running it.
Okay, what about the fact that how people communicate online seems to change constantly? New platforms, new formats.
Another major challenge, evolving communication methods. You're right, the ways consumers prefer to communicate are in constant flux. from traditional forums to social media DMs to live streams to maybe things we haven't even thought of yet.
Yeah, how does a brand keep up? This is where the flexibility of Linkspread's Web4 social networks as a service model comes in. It's inherently designed to be flexible, adaptable. It can relatively easily integrate new communication paradigms, new features as they emerge. This ensures brands can remain seamlessly connected with their audience through whatever channels their members prefer, both today and into the future. That adaptability is crucial in this fast-changing digital world, as noted by HubSpot and Linkspread's presentation. It future-proofs your community hub.
Okay, adaptability, that's key. And lastly, the big one these days, security. With data breaches, privacy concerns constantly making headlines. That must be a huge worry for brands running communities.
Paramount, and this is perhaps one of Linkspread's most compelling and foundational advantages. Privacy and security threats are real. As communities grow, collect more member data, the inherent risks of data breaches, security vulnerabilities, they inevitably increase.
So how does Linkspread address this?
Its Web4 foundation is key. It builds directly upon the decentralized and secure principles established by Web3. This offers a fundamentally more robust and transparent environment that intrinsically prioritizes privacy and security.
How so? What does that mean practically?
It means sensitive member information is safeguarded with state-of-the-art cryptographic methods, data handling is more transparent, and trust among members is essentially built into the very architecture of the platform. It's not just bolted on afterwards. This commitment is a core concern highlighted by sources like Marketing Profs and explored in discussions like Web3 to Web4 Paraverse technology.
So it's designed for security from the ground up.
Right. Linkspread's dedication to a sustainable and secure internet, as they put it, isn't just a feature. It's a foundational contribution. It aims to foster deep trust and enable long-term, worry-free engagement within brand communities. It offers peace of mind, really, for both the brand and its members in an increasingly risky online world.
Real-world triumphs, inspiring brand communities and their Web4 potential.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. The theory, the psychology, the practicalities of building and moderating. Now let's make it really concrete. Let's talk about some real-world triumphs. We're going to look at some truly inspiring brand communities that already exist.
The current champions.
Exactly. And then, using this transformative lens of Linkspread's Web4 potential, let's imagine how these existing successes could be amplified even further. This is where we see these concepts come alive and then envision their next evolution.
Yeah, this is where the rubber really meets the road. Let's see how today's community leaders could potentially leap forward with these emerging Web4 capabilities, maybe on a platform like Linkspread.
Okay, let's start with an absolute classic, an icon of community building, Harley-Davidson. They've been famous for decades for fostering this incredibly deep emotional attachment, right? Huge focus on customization and, of course, the legendary Harley owners group, HOG.
HOG is iconic.
It's this massive global network fostering strong bonds through local chapters, big rallies, events, even a collectible magazine that acts as this physical touchstone for members. The Dialogue report mentions them as a prime example.
HOG really is a masterclass in how a brand can become synonymous with a whole lifestyle, a powerful sense of belonging. It's more than just motorcycles.
Definitely. So how could Web4 enhance that?
Okay, now imagine HOG events enhanced with rich VR or AR elements, all hosted within a dedicated Linkspread community platform. Riders could virtually explore famous routes together before a trip, join exclusive virtual rallies from anywhere in the world, maybe even collaborate on custom bike designs in a shared immersive digital garage.
Wow, okay. Virtual garage session.
Oh, yeah. And furthermore, think about Web4's underlying blockchain technology, integrated via Linkspread. It could facilitate secure digital identities for riders, immutable ownership records for those highly customized bikes, proving authenticity in history.
Like a digital logbook that can't be faked.
Precisely. This wouldn't just enable richer virtual experiences, it could foster unprecedented global connections among enthusiasts, driving even deeper brand involvement and emotional connection that truly transcends physical location, making the global HOG community feel even more tightly knit and instantly accessible.
That's a really powerful vision, taking that iconic HOG experience into totally new dimensions. Okay, next up, let's look at Sephora and their very successful Beauty Insider community.
Another great example.
Yeah, it's a loyalty member-only platform, which already gives it that exclusive feel. It features an inspiring user-generated content gallery, Get Inspired. It connects members with similar skin types or beauty goals. It has a Talk About It forum for crowdsourcing advice and product reviews, even live chat support. The whole focus, as the dialogue report notes, is on deep beauty connection, education, and inspiration.
Sephora's community absolutely thrives on that shared passion, the peer-to-peer advice, the joy of discovery. Now picture that on a Linkspreed Web4 platform.
What possibilities open up?
Sephora could offer incredibly immersive virtual try-ons. Imagine using VR or advanced AR to instantly see exactly how a new shade of foundation, lipstick, or eyeshadow looks on your face, in your lighting, with perfect accuracy.
Like a magic mirror, but way better.
Exactly. Or joining elaborate live beauty tutorials where you can interact in real time with the instructor and other community members in a shared virtual studio space. Ask questions, see techniques up close.
That would be amazing.
And then layer on Linkspreed's AI and hyper-personalization capabilities, delivering even more deeply tailored product recommendations, maybe exclusive early access to beta products based on your individual preferences, your stated skin profile, and analysis of your community feedback and interactions, making every single member's experience feel incredibly bespoke and super engaging.
Tailored beauty advice on a whole new level.
Okay, how about Adidas and their innovative Creators Club?
Yeah, the Creators Club is interesting because it's not just a basic loyalty program. Right, it's highly gamified. It rewards members for lots of different things: attending exclusive events, buying products, giving feedback, even generating content like tracking runs through their Runtastic app. And the rewards are cool too. Special events, product customization options, members-only gear. The dialogue report highlighted this integrated approach.
Adidas has done a brilliant job integrating those passion points, fashion, sports, fitness, with really robust gamification mechanics. Now bring that into Web4.
What changes?
Adidas's gamified loyalty program could benefit hugely from the inherent transparency and immutability of blockchain technology integrated seamlessly by Linkspreed.
Okay, blockchain for loyalty points.
Yes, Linkspreed could facilitate blockchain-verified rewards. Imagine every point earned, every challenge completed, every reward claimed is recorded transparently, verifiably, and is completely tamper-proof on a distributed ledger.
So total trust in the system.
Exactly. It could track diverse activities across all sorts of digital and physical touchpoints, a run logged on the app, a purchase in a physical store, participation in an online design contest, providing a much more robust, transparent, and dynamic reward system. This level of trust and clarity, as Deloitte pointed out back in 2021 regarding blockchain for loyalty, would almost certainly enhance member trust and deepen engagement. The rewards feel more real, more secure, more valuable.
Makes sense. Okay, then there's Starbucks, a brand that feels almost synonymous with community building.
Definitely.
Known for its partners, the baristas, its community volunteer initiatives, and they're masters at leveraging user-generated content through huge social media campaigns like the hashtag Red Cup contest or all the hashtag PSL photos every fall. Plus, their rewards program is a massive driver of loyalty, as the Smile.io blog points out.
Starbucks has truly mastered creating that pervasive sense of inclusion and tapping into user passion and creativity. Now imagine that within a dedicated Linkspreed Web4 community.
How could it be elevated?
That extensive user-generated content, the photos, the stories, it could be elevated to a whole new level. Users could potentially have more direct ownership over their contributions, maybe earn transparent, perhaps even tokenized, rewards for their best content, the most engaging photos, the most helpful tips shared within the community.
So rewarding creativity directly.
Yes, fostering an even deeper sense of belonging and providing direct value back to the members for their creativity. Furthermore, Linkspreed's AI could analyze the sentiment around all of these popular campaigns and discussions in real time across the owned platform.
So understanding why people love the Red Cups.
Exactly. Getting invaluable granular insights into customer preferences, emerging trends, what resonates and what doesn't. This would allow Starbucks to respond dynamically, shaping future campaigns, products, even store experiences with unparalleled speed and relevance, based directly on the community's pulse.
Real-time insights-driving strategy. Cool. And finally, let's talk about Lego. They have an exemplary online community, don't they?
Oh, Lego Ideas is fantastic.
Yeah, where users can share their creative ideas for new sets. And the most innovative, popular suggestions can actually become official Lego products.
It's genius co-creation.
It really is. And it's also a cherished space for people just sharing their personal building experiences, the emotional connections they have with Lego toys, as the Amity blog highlighted.
Lego's co-creation model is just perfectly suited for the immersive, interconnected nature of the Web4 environment Linkspreed enables.
How so? Take it further.
Imagine community members not just submitting static photos, but collaboratively designing and sharing intricate digital Lego builds in a shared, immersive metaverse space, like a giant virtual Lego room. This connects directly to ideas about the metaverse discussed in Web3 to Web4 pairverse technology.
Building together virtually.
Exactly. And with Linkspreed, their contributions, their collaborative designs could be securely recognized, maybe even rewarded through transparent Web4 mechanisms like NFTs representing ownership or contribution rights. This wouldn't just deepen the creative participation, it would amplify the sense of ownership, transforming passive suggestions into active, rewarded co-creation within a truly interactive, brand-owned digital world. It takes that creative spark and makes it a fundamental, recognized part of the brand's ongoing story.
Wow. These examples really paint a vivid picture, don't they? How Linkspreed's social networks as a service model could genuinely revolutionize engagement, even for brands that are already masters of community, making them more immersive, more transparent, significantly more rewarding, and participatory.
It's about taking what already works brilliantly and supercharging it with the unique capabilities of Web4, the AI, the potential for immersion, the security, the ownership.
The horizon ahead. The future of brand communities in Web4 with Linkspreed.
Okay, we've journeyed through the essence of brand communities, that critical shift to own platforms, the deep psychology of engagement, and the practical blueprints for building and nurturing these vital spaces. We've even seen compelling visions of how current successes could flourish even more with a model like Linkspreed's for Web4.
It's been quite a journey.
Now let's gaze directly into the crystal ball. What are the key trends shaping the next generation of brand communities? And how is Linkspreed specifically positioned not just to react to these trends, but potentially to lead the charge?
The future here is incredibly dynamic, no doubt about it. We're seeing several powerful trends converging that will reshape brand communities. Firstly, and we've touched on this, AI and hyper-personalization will continue to accelerate. It's going to drive a whole new era of deeply tailored experiences.
Beyond just product recommendations.
Oh, way beyond. AI won't just recommend, it will anticipate, predict, and proactively deliver personalized content streams, unique product configurations, custom rewards, even connect members based on nuanced compatibility. All within the community at an unprecedented scale. As Lauren Ardon noted in 2024, that stat about 80% of consumers preferring customized experiences. That desire is only growing. Linkspreed's advanced AI makes delivering on that promise deeply scalable and profoundly impactful. It's about making every single interaction feel uniquely crafted for that specific member.
So it's moving from mass communication, even segmented communication, to truly individualized community experiences.
Precisely. Secondly, we're seeing the rise of virtual reality and augmented reality, VR/AR. These are rapidly transforming how communities can interact, moving beyond flat 2D screens into truly immersive 3D environments.
How will that impact communities?
The possibilities are huge. Think virtual product trials that feel real, attending exclusive brand events or workshops within a shared digital space no matter where you are physically, fostering much richer, more embodied connections within these immersive digital worlds. PwC's projection back in 2022 was that VR and AR could add a staggering $1.5 trillion to the global economy by 2030, largely driven by enhanced customer engagement. Lauren Ardon echoed this potential. Imagine walking through a virtual concept store with fellow community members and designers.
That really shifts things from just looking at a brand online to actually experiencing it together. But with all this digital interaction, all this data flying around, what about trust? Security, those seem like bigger concerns than ever.
Absolutely critical. And that leads directly to our third major trend, blockchain for transparency and trust. Blockchain technology is poised to significantly enhance and secure things like loyalty programs, contribution tracking, even governance within communities. By ensuring that all rewards earned, transactions made, maybe even valuable content contributions are recorded transparently, verifiably, and immutably on a distributed ledger. Remember that Deloitte report from 2021? It found 42% of consumers would trust brands more if blockchain ensured their loyalty program was transparent.
That's a significant number.
It really is. This foundational security and verifiable trust are absolutely critical for building enduring relationships in an increasingly digital and sometimes cynical world. Lauren Ardon emphasized this point too. It's about making your brand's promises genuinely auditable and trustworthy.
Okay, so we have these powerful converging trends: AI-driven hyper-personalization, immersive VR experiences, and blockchain-enabled trust. Given all that, what are the core strategic approaches brands absolutely need to adopt to ensure enduring, successful engagement in this emerging Web4 landscape?
Brands need to weave several key strategies together. It's not just one thing. First, they absolutely must leverage value-driven narratives. Clearly define, articulate, and consistently communicate a core set of values that genuinely resonate with their target consumers. That Kantar research from 2024 showing 62% of consumers are more likely to support brands aligning with their personal beliefs. That's huge. It's about building authentic, heartfelt connections based on shared principles, not just shared purchasing habits.
So stand for something beyond just profit.
Exactly. Secondly, brands need to optimize multi-channel community experiences, deliver cohesive, consistent brand experiences across all the various digital platforms members might use, while also being really responsive to the specific nuances and user expectations of each platform. Your own community hub might be the core, but it needs to connect smoothly with other touchpoints, as Lauren Ardaw discussed.
Seamless integration. Makes sense.
Third, it's often wise to anchor engagement with core products. Focus community discussions and activities around your hero products or flagship offerings, the ones that truly embody the brand's values and identity. These act as powerful, natural focal points for shared passion, discussion, and engagement.
Give people something concrete to rally around.
Precisely. Fourth, brands must create robust, community-driven feedback loops. We talked about feedback before, but really embedding it is key. Actively engaged communities are not passive recipients. Treat them as invaluable sources for product insights, innovation ideas, direct input into development. Their collective voice should demonstrably shape the brand's future, make them feel heard and acted upon.
Closing that loop.
Absolutely. And finally, brands must wholeheartedly promote and celebrate user-generated content. UGC. Actively encourage members to share their own stories, creations, experiences. This doesn't just boost engagement by letting members express their creativity. More importantly, it empowers them to directly contribute to and shape the brand's ongoing narrative. This fosters that profound sense of ownership and pride we discussed, a key point from Lauren Ardaw. Let your community tell your brand story with you.
It really sounds like Linkspreed isn't just, adapting to these future trends we've discussed. Based on their positioning, they seem to be explicitly aiming to shape Web4 and define this internet of social networks that they talk about in their presentation.
That's absolutely the impression they give. They're not just reacting. They seem to be proactively building the infrastructure for this future.
So how does their model fit with these strategies?
Well, Linkspreed's social networks as a service model really is positioned as the ideal foundational platform, where all these future trends, AI, VRR readiness, blockchain principles can powerfully converge. It aims to provide the amazing technology and the intelligence, the sophisticated AI, the robust security, the adaptable architecture that brands need to build these sustainable, secure, and deeply engaging communities that won't just survive in the Web4 era, but truly thrive. It's designed from the ground up with these future capabilities in mind.
So it's not just offering a tool like a forum or chat function. It's offering a whole comprehensive ecosystem, right? A blueprint for the future of brand communities integrated into one platform.
That's precisely the idea. It stands as a powerful testament to what Linkspreed sees as its core contributions, fundamentally strengthening that brand-customer community bond, ensuring unparalleled customer retention through deep loyalty, helping to stabilize sales because loyal customers keep coming back, and actively contributing to a more sustainable and secure internet infrastructure for everyone involved.
So wrapping it up, it sounds like it really stands as a perfect tool, or at least a prime example, for brands that are ready to fully embrace the transformative power of truly owned brand communities in this emerging Web4 world.
I think that's a fair assessment based on their approach and the trends we're seeing. It represents a significant step towards that vision. Outro.
Well, that was certainly a deep dive, wasn't it? We've covered a huge amount today. We've really uncovered the profound importance of brand communities, tracking that crucial strategic shift away from the limitations of Web2 social media.
A necessary shift.
We explore the intricate psychology that actually drives genuine engagement, what makes people connect and contribute. We looked at the essential blueprints for building and, just as importantly, expertly moderating these valuable spaces.
The nuts and bolts.
Yeah. We saw some inspiring real-world examples and imagined their exciting potential in Web4, particularly through a lens like Linkspreed's model. And finally, we glimpsed the exciting immersive future that's starting to take shape.
It's become really clear, I think, that innovative platforms like Linkspreed's social networks as a service aren't just another tool you add to your marketing tech stack. They represent something more fundamental.
How so?
They are, potentially, the architectural foundation for the entire next generation of brand-consumer relationships. Their focus is squarely on prioritizing deep, authentic connection, robust security, and genuine value creation, all happening within an owned, controlled ecosystem where the brand and its members can truly connect and thrive long-term without reliance on third-party platforms' changing whims.
Right. So as we venture further into this Web4 era where intelligence, immersion, ownership, and authenticity become paramount, the question really isn't if your brand needs an authentic, owned community anymore, is it?
No, that ship has likely sailed.
The real question now seems to be, how deeply and authentically are you, as a brand, willing to invest in creating a truly values-driven ecosystem, a genuine digital home, a place where every single member feels not just, seen or marketed to, but feels like an indispensable, valued part of something bigger than themselves, something that actually matters to them. So the final thought to leave you with is, what will your brand's Web4 community look like?